Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 7th chapter, text 5 onwards. This is regarding killing of Sakata. So, Nandasya Patni Kritam Arjanadikam Viprai Krita Swasthanam Supujitehi Annadya Vasa Srag Avishta Dhenubhi Sanjata Nidraksham Asisas Satchanai. That means after completing the bathing ceremony for the child, Mother Yashoda received the Brahmanas by worshipping them with proper respect and giving them ample food, grains and other eatables, clothing, desirable cows and garlands. The Brahmanas properly chanted Vedic hymns to observe the auspicious ceremony, and when they finished and Mother Yashoda saw that the child felt sleepy, she lay down on the bed with the child until he was peacefully asleep. So in the purport, Prabhupada Maharaj says, an affectionate mother takes great care of her child and is always anxious to see that the child is not disturbed even for a moment. As long as the child wants to remain with the mother stays with the child and the child feels very comfortable. Mother Yashoda saw that her child felt sleepy, and to give him all facilities for sleep, she lay down with the child, and when he was peaceful, she got up to attend to her other household affairs. So Siva Vishwanath Thakur in Sarartha Santika says, after being honored, means supujitei, by gifting of rice, cloth and money, the Brahmanas performed the auspicious birth rites. Because Krishna had sleepy eyes, Sanjata Nidraksham, he was put to rest, as he says. For fear of that Krishna might wake up, Yashoda held him in her lap without moving. Then she lay down with her beloved son on a cot under a cart situated in a spacious courtyard. Upon understanding that Krishna was fast asleep, Yashoda got up very slowly and carefully. So, Shiva Jiva Goswami in Kamasandharva says, the Brahmanas were honored with food and utensils. Then Shiva Jiva Goswami in Lakhu Vaishnava Darshan says, it should be understood that she had the permission and assistance of Nanda since he was broad-minded. Krishna was bathed by Yashoda and the gopis. As well, he was anointed with tilaka and gorachana and dressed. This was included in the bathing ceremony. Auspicious activities like Swasthya were performed. Swasthanam, it is called Swasthanam. The Brahmanas were honored with food, utensils, anadaya means food, utensils, etc. Some person have ajya, ghee instead, as well as cloth, garlands and gems and objects dear to the gopis or the Brahmanas and cows. The phrase can also read Avishta Dhenuvi, desirable cows. She then put him in bed. Since his eyes were becoming sleepy, she did his gently because he was very tender and she didn't want to disturb his sleep. So, this way, I would like to speak another verse, that is verse 6. Authanika upsikya mana manaswini samagatan pujayati brajokasaha naiva sunad vai roditam sutasya cha rodan sanarsi charanao udaktipat. That means the liberal mother, Yashoda, observed and celebrating the Uttan ceremony, was busy receiving guests and worshipping them with all respect and offering them clothing, cows, garlands, and grains. Thus, she couldn't hear the child crying for his mother. At the time, the child Krishna, demanding to drink the milk of his mother's breast, angrily threw his legs upward. So, the purport of Bhagavad says that Krishna had been placed underneath the household handcat, but this handcat was actually another form of the Sakata, a demon who had come there to kill the child. Now, on the plea of demanding to shock his mother's breast, Krishna took this opportunity to kill the demon. Thus, he kicked Sakatasura just to expose him. Although Krishna's mother was engaged in receiving guests, Lord Krishna wanted to draw her attention by killing the Sakatasura, and therefore he kicked that cart-shaped demon. Such are the pastimes of Krishna. Krishna wanted to draw the attention of his mother, but while doing so, he created a great havoc, not understandable by ordinary persons. These narrations are wonderfully enjoyable, and those who are fortunate are struck with wonder upon hearing of these extraordinary activities of the Lord. Although the less intelligent regard them as extraordinary activities of the Lord, although the less intelligent regard them as mythological because a dull brain cannot understand them, they are real facts. These narrations are actually so enjoyable and enlightening that Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami took pleasure in them, and other liberated persons following in their footsteps become fully jubilant by hearing about the wonderful activities of the Lord. So Srila Vishnu Thakur says, because Jasoda was busy exchanging pleasantries and giving ornaments, garlands, chandan, oil and sindura to the village ladies who had assembled for the festival. She didn't hear Krishna crying for hunger or stanarthi. Upon his waking in anger, Krishna kicked his legs upward while thinking, since you cannot hear my crying, maybe the sound of the cart breaking will catch your attention. So, Jiva Goswami in Kramasandharva says that Stanarthi means Balya Lila Vesa Darsita. Balya Lila Veso Darsita. That is the childhood pastimes being shown. So, Jiva Goswami in Laghu Vaishnava Darshan says, the reason that Jasoda didn't hear Krishna crying was her attention, Manaswini, care, skill and faith in worshipping the guests, since she had a generous heart. She was anxious that all the actions were done properly at the special celebration of her son rising from bed. Thus, she worshipped the assembled people of Raja with sandalwood and ornaments. The children who came there were kept at Krishna's side. She didn't hear him cry at all. By indicated certainty, like an oath. I'm speaking on oath, like that. Otherwise, she would have come, giving up the remaining duties. Wanting milk, he cried, since she was not there, and kicked his feet in the air. This aptly describes the actions of an infant. According to Brahmana Purana, he did this to kill the demon within the cart. Let that be, because as the Lord, he had the natural power to resolve everything. He cried because he wanted his mother's milk, and this accomplished his purpose by killing the demon. Sorry. Keeping in mind Krishna's infant nature, Shukadev has described him in this way. Krishna was observed in his infant pastimes, controlled by parental affection, since his nature is to be controlled by the particular type of love within his devotee. Lokava Lila Kaivalya cha, as we see in the world, the Lord's motive in sport. Brahma Sutra it is stated. In this way, I will describe further what happened. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel. You will be listening to the Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.